What is the Dual Sovereignty Doctrine? Have you ever wondered how the legal system handles cases where both federal and state laws apply? The Dual Sovereignty Doctrine is a key concept that explains this. It allows both federal and state governments to prosecute someone for the same crime without violating the Double Jeopardy Clause of the United States Constitution. This means that if you commit an act that breaks both federal and state laws, you could face separate trials in both courts. At its core, the doctrine is based on the idea that federal and state governments are separate sovereign entities. Each has its own set of laws and jurisdictions. This separation can be seen as a way to maintain a balance of power, which is important in a system that values individual rights and freedoms. From a libertarian viewpoint, this doctrine has both positive and negative aspects. On one hand, it supports the idea of decentralized power. Libertarians often argue that local governments should have the authority to enforce their own laws without interference from the federal government. This can protect individuals from potential overreach by a centralized authority. However, there is a flip side. The possibility of being prosecuted twice for the same act can be concerning. Libertarians typically advocate for the protection of individual rights. The risk of facing double prosecution could be seen as an infringement on personal freedoms. When we look at the relationship between federal and state laws, the Dual Sovereignty Doctrine highlights the importance of checks and balances. This balance is essential for protecting individual liberties. For libertarians, it is vital that neither the federal nor state governments have unchecked power. This principle is especially relevant when discussing rights such as self-defense. Practically speaking, the Dual Sovereignty Doctrine means that if you break a law that is both a federal and a state offense, you could be tried in both systems. This can lead to more legal exposure and potential penalties. Libertarians might view this as an overextension of government authority, which could infringe on personal freedoms. In summary, the Dual Sovereignty Doctrine plays a significant role in the relationship between federal and state powers in the United States. It balances the need for independent state authority with the potential risks to individual rights and freedoms. Understanding this doctrine is essential for grasping how laws interact and how they can impact personal liberties.